So, hello everyone, welcome to tonight's game. I am Anya, I use she, her pronouns, and with me tonight are, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Sherry. I'm playing Felta, Viper Heavy Nishali. I'm the youngest of the group and an engineer. And let's see, and that's pretty much all you need to know. I'm Jazz for this evening. We get to level up.
I'm Lowell, Salim, Prophet Zero, and after that one I rolled last week, I don't care what I roll the rest of the campaign. Everything is fine after this. It's all gold. It's all good. It's all downhill from here. So I am very pleased.
And I'm Mark, he and them. I'm playing Pipali, Viper, Harmony, Nashali, Salta's big sister. And yeah, I shoot things and I punch things and I'm good at what I do. And I think that may come in handy before too long here.
And they are our pilots because tonight we are playing the Mecha Hack as part of the Open Heart Gaming calendar. So, how is everybody doing? Is everyone ready for what's expecting us tonight? Because last time where we left off, you had arrived back at Notes after having rescued these children from the jungle in a very dramatic role on the part of Lowell, on the part of Salim, having found them inside this kaiju nest. And after you arrive at Notes, you managed to make contact with Station R, where essentially you told them to bring it on, whatever they had. So it's essentially night. The night before perhaps a big battle. We are going to see what happens next. But first, we are going to be ironing out some details about the campaign, about what other information you will know about the people at Station R, and we are going to level up your characters. So, first of all, yeah, so that's where we're going to get started. Okay, Station R. Station R is essentially the place where the region's collective army group squadron moved after the bombardment at Station Q. The person that you talked to last time is called Madonna. Because my original concept for the campaigns was music and artists, and I never went through with that. But she's called Madonna. And for us as the audience, I'm gonna let you know that Madonna is essentially what I call the voice on the radio. She is the person who coordinates people back at Station R, and was one of the essential allies for the pilots during the first campaign of the Mecha Hack in the calendar. So she's part of this group that, let's say, betrayed the collective, and in turn helped the QQ insurgents to defend themselves from the Hydra attack that were the collective itself. So, yes, Madonna, Shirley, you were asking before we started recording. Madonna is a name that probably Jack Lasseter will have mentioned as somebody who's close to you. She, however, I think it's fair to say, was a bit hostile towards you last time. However, that does mean, as Jack Lasseter will have told you, that Station R is probably not yet under control or not back under control of the collective. What that means, we will find out, but essentially the collective is not in charge of Station R, which doesn't change the fact that you were sent to take control of Station R. Do you have any more questions about the Station R, about the situation that's coming towards you?
There was someone else named June. Has that name also been?
I don't think June will have been mentioned by Jack, but
Okay.
as the audience, June is one of the other allies of the pilots from the first campaign. She is the chief mechanic of the station.
Okay.
But yes, I don't think that will have been a name that Jack will have mentioned.
All right.
Yes, one final thing that probably Jack will have mentioned, unless you have any more questions, is that at this point, and especially particularly after the Hydras were deployed, Station R is probably having some. Will probably be fighting with some under par mecha suits, under par armor, tactical armors. And yeah, unless you have any more questions, that's about it with Station R.
Okay.
As far as our group goes, I think. So, moving on then, we are going to go for level up, which I know Lowell in particular was very excited. So remember, the way that we do it is that you by now have gained 2 experiences, not experience points, but experiences. And so you get to essentially share these anecdotes probably from before you were deployed for this mission. Maybe about the people that you have met, if you want to establish something about the past few days since you landed at the planet at Aurelia. That's also fine. And I think basically the night before this big battle is it will be a very good moment to share this story, so it totally makes sense. So why don't we start with Pipali? Pipali, it's the night before battle. I think you probably just hung up with on Madonna a couple hours ago. How are you feeling? What do you want to share? What are you doing?
A little bit like not nervous, but like excited, and like I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not sure. Like there's a lot of big talk coming from my end last time, and I think I can back it up, but it's unknown, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. And where are you? Who are you talking to when you start sharing these anecdotes?
I think probably with the repair crew again, or like getting everything tuned up and ready to go. If I've got a couple folks just reloading, repairing, oiling joints, making sure the reactor cables are plugged in right, all that stuff. Anyone else who's nearby I think Pipali might just kind of be like a blabbermouth when they're kind of hyped up like this a little bit, just like kind of going stream of consciousness, talking about like, oh yeah, and then she did this, but then I'm going to do this, and it was like this time with the and just kind of not preventing herself from thinking by talking all the time.
Sure. Do you want to establish any story in particular to flesh out something?
I think, is there anyone who might be either at Station R or on World that I would know from the collective from before?
Yeah.
Like personally?
Let me do a roll. Because we had established that you haven't met Anders before and that this voice wasn't familiar to you.
Right.
But give me 1 second just to check on some NPCs to see, because this is something that you want to relate to. So rather than as rules or mechanics or whatever you want to call it, I think it will be cool for you to have something to here. Yes, I'm sure this is a person. Okay. Yes, Dimitra. Her name is Dimitra, and she is Madonna's protege. I don't think you will know for sure at this moment that she's stationed at R, but with faster than light travel being what it is and all of this stuff, for her to be stationed here at Aurelia, or as you used to know it, RS317, will make the most sense. And with the recent happenings in this region, it will make even more sense that Dimitra will be here, who is basically a communications expert with some knowledge in mechanics.
Yeah, I imagine like it wasn't too long ago that I defected. I don't like it was, not just now, but not like years and years and years ago. And so I imagine I may have been, in an operation that Dimitra was coordinating or on comms for. And I think kind of like relaying that, kind of like both to psych myself up and the folks around me, kind of like talking about that, that fight, and about I went over here and ripped this guy's arm off, and then shot this guy with my missiles over here, and then all that stuff. And I think I'm kind of excitedly relating this battle, and I kind of like roll over a point where someone I knew just got like blown apart, and I think that kind of flashes her back to the drop when we lost some folks, and I think the train of consciousness just kind of stops for a minute, and there's like an awkward silence, and then she's like, yeah, so let's get ready, and goes off to get a drink or something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Hard, strong. Yeah, love it. Selim, do you want to go next? Where are you at that point? Are you...
I think that I'm kind of seated maybe nearby where the captain is, and I'm kind of watching the Nishalis, making sure that nobody from around here is maybe giving them the stink eye, because they're clearly, they have the look of people from the collective. But as much as anything, I'm watching the kids. Like, they've gotten back. They've certainly, the parents have been, have clearly punished them, but they're still like still demonstrating their love for these kids, and that the community's kind of found that. And I think for me, it's just so weird. And I will say to the captain, I say, I don't know what kind of house you grew up in, but it's still so strange to me when I see children treated with love. That wasn't how I was brought up. I knew that they could do that. They did that for the non-bastards, but for the rest of us, it was all training until we proved that we were disappointments. We didn't measure up, that we didn't have the numbers that they needed. So just so strange to me to see this. I turn to the captain. Were you raised in a house, or did you come up from the ranks?
Capitan Kyriakos basically just nodding along to you and says, yeah, I think, well, I I did have a family. These are not strange scenes for me, but where I think it's hard for some people to lack love growing up, and for some other people to lack for a meal every day. Specifically talking about themselves. So it's hard. I'm glad for what. I'm glad that these families are back together. I'm sorry for you, my friend.
I turn to him and I say, "Do you think I'm a bad person because so much of my calculation of going and getting those children back was because I knew that it would be a morale problem if we didn't?"
I think there's this long pause before they answer to you and says, all I can tell you is I don't think I will have done the same, but I don't think you are a bad person. I think this mission, referring to rescuing the children, had a low chance of success, and what you did maximized the chance of success. So sometimes you have to hear to your heart, and sometimes you have to take the hard choice and do what you know will be most fruitful. And I think that's what you did, and that takes courage.
Thank you, sir. And I address it with whatever is the most formal case version of the speaking to a superior there as I say that.
You notice, you know this person is not super comfortable with rank and all of that stuff, but unlike maybe other times that you have addressed them as a sir or with their rank, that you see them sort of crawl on their own skin, they take it with the respect and I think the empathy that you are offering it right now, rather than just
Awesome.
as protocol. So I just want to ask you one more question, Salim, because
Certainly.
right now we are at Q, we are at notes, so this will have happened before you came back. And so maybe this was a conversation that you were thinking all the way
Right.
towards notes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So does this affect to you in any way when this conversation between Pipali and Madonna is going on, or?
I think I am. It's one of the things where I'm reading that as, is this a morale problem? Is this is this an issue? Is there something I should get involved with? And I realized that for me, like going and physically rescuing the children and doing an actual active action is much easier than for me to go over and go, "How you doing? Are you okay?" kind of thing. So
Okay.
I think that's what's going through my head.
Okay. Okay. And Salta, what are you doing before the combat?
For the combat, I think so. This is in that evening before, and it's going to be Madonna's forces that next day, right?
Yes.
So here's the thing: Joya is working on things, and she's doing it all herself, and the other girl's working on the power thing, and she's doing it all herself. I mean, it helped them a little bit, but basically they are doing most of the work. I just kind of go, well, maybe this, and then I kind of give them their space. So it's given me some more time. So I think she's probably up in her mech, like going through her weapon systems, but she's got the hatch up, and she's sort of talking to Karam. And she's like, so I think what we need to do is we want to look at the universal signals. We want to look at the oldest ones, because I think that we need to go and talk to talk to that other ship, the one that bombarded. I think we can. I mean, they use those signals. So if we just, the only ones we know for sure they used are the oldest ones. So we got to get rid of all the shortcuts, all the specialty ones that we've added since then. And then she sort of stops and she kind of looks at him and she goes, and I don't have any linguistics. I didn't go to college for flight like you did. So do you know?
Karam looks at you and says, and I think he says, I think you're asking this because you know he knows, for starters. And what I think is going through his mind is that this personal project by Prince Selina is taking that basically taking you in and showing that that you can be what he will call assimilated. Is taking way too much effort. Stands up and says, linguistics, what are you thinking about?
So she goes, here. And she sort of brings up her ship's computer and she runs through a thing where they flash through all of the symbols, essentially the standard signals for ship to ship, where you're just sending the shortest messages, Morse code plus, essentially for the most part is how I kind of think of it. And like she goes through those, she goes, but there's no alphabet. And even if there was, we don't know what language. So we just can use the sort of whole pieces. So which ones are the oldest? And she flips through and she goes, I mean, it's easy. The simplest ones must be, right? And she brings those up. But what about these, the ones that are in the middle? She goes, because we don't have that many pieces of ideas. And she just really wants him to kind of, I don't know, put some ideas out there, because a lot of times he's pretty much just yes, no, do this, don't do that. There's no conversation back and forth.
Okay, no, I think that totally makes sense. I'm just going to ask you sort of to appeal to his emotionality through these stories that you're sharing. I think this is probably some a subject that is passionate to him. Maybe to establish a story that he himself has told you in a moment of emotional vulnerability, to put it in some way, so that you can relate to him right now.
And I think she sort of stops. She goes, do you remember when we first met?
Because of course you were barely more than a child.
What I remember is everything I said to you offended you. I was trying to compliment you. So I said, you're nice, not like the other ones. And you didn't like that. And she sort of stopped and she goes, but I wanted you to like me. But I didn't have the words. I didn't know who you were. And I chose all the wrong ones. It wasn't my place to tell you that I liked you. She goes, once we figure out what we're going to do with the collective here, because we're going to win, but then we got to talk to some people that we don't know anything about. She goes, it's not that you're as alien as they are, but in that moment, when I was a kid, you felt like it. You were already perfect.
I think he's just looking at you and then in this moment of strange familiarity, probably he climbs onto your fencing suit, scoops next to you in your seat, and starts pulling up some screens. And I don't think he actually acknowledges what you are saying, but immediately goes into his own personal records, which you know are his personal records in the most personal sense possible.
Okay.
He just shows published stuff and things like that, official documents, and goes. So yeah, you wouldn't know, but I was involved in interpreting some of these old symbols from the Brilliant, and starts opening up.
You're brilliant.
And as soon as you start giggling, you of course he looks sternly at you, but softens just for a second, and you know you what's the expression, you reach out to him, you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a kid.
So he continues showing you all of this, and I'm going to make a note because we are going to roll, I think, for some stuff after the battle. But yeah, for sure you are sharing this moment with Karim.
Okay.
Karim. Let me make a note on the Brilliant symbols. Nice. So I loved all of that. So unless you want to do anything else for the night, we are going to flash forward to the start of the battle, or whatever is going to happen.
Do we want to level up before we fight?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Please.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. The thing is, I'm taken away by your by your prowess narrating, and but yeah. Give me 1 second just to verify that we have it all advanced. Turns level, gaining levels. Okay, you can improve your mecha when you level up. Your maximum hit points increase by your hit die. Roll a d20 if the result is higher. Okay, so sure. As you know, you have the chassis. You have the chassis tab, where you can consult the process for leveling up. Essentially, all of you are going to roll your hit die, and you are going to gain that many hit points. Then you will roll a d20 for each one of your attributes. And for that, gaining levels. And for that, if you roll over your attribute, then you will increase it by 1. Remember that in the case of the striker, which I think is Pipali, and the brawler, which is both Salta and Selim, you are rolling twice for power and mobility, and for the striker you are rolling twice for system and presence. So you have 2 chances to increase those attributes.
I rolled a 7 for my hit dice.
Nice.
Pretty good. 23. Accept.
And of course, regain all of your armor points, all of your hit points, and your reactor die in case you had lowered it.
Albert.
Just for power and ability.
I'll take that.
Nope. Nope. Let's try mobility. Nope.
No.
So it goes up. And presence goes up. All right.
Remember that as the brawler, you roll twice for power and mobility.
Yeah, I did. I did that. Neither one went up.
And it goes up by 1.
It goes up by 1, yes. But it's not like advantage. When you are rolling twice, you roll once, see if you level up, roll again, and see if you level up.
Oh. Well.
So what I want to say is you don't have... It's not that you have a... Well, indirectly, yes. But it's not like you have a better chance to upgrade once. It's that you have 2 chances to upgrade.
Got it. My power's already pretty good. Okay with it.
Oops. That was not what I meant to do. There it is. Okay.
I'm never going to get my system to go up, am I?
But you have 18 systems. How is it not increasing?
And the second one on mobility.
We just don't get these computers.
Oh. So that will go up then.
The ammo counter on a submachine gun is blinking 12 for some reason.
Yeah. Oof.
I think we need to establish something for Selim's cockpit. Like maybe your interface is more analog or something like that. You train in an older model and that's what you are accustomed to.
Call it the wire controls, like some hard gear stuff there.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So let me know when you finish, because remember that since you reach level 3, you can choose a new model to install on your fencing suit.
Ooh.
I'm taking a super reactor, which bumps my reactor die up by 1 die type.
Nice.
I'll be pulling some of that new tech we found, I think.
Okay. Module.
Remember that models are on the Models tab.
I'm looking for anything that says roll mobility.
Mobility, the clearest one is vehicle mode, I think.
Or static cloud.
Or static cloud, yes.
Oh.
A hard choice.
Yeah, it has a lot of cool things.
I don't know. Rocket Fist is hilarious, but
I thought for you sure you were going to say jump jets.
jump jets were also very
Those were
delicious.
also cool.
So
Also
I
cool.
it was one of the other ones that went right to my.
I'm torn. Okay, I'm going to go with the static cloud, though I was tempted by the reflective shielding.
Okay. Static cloud.
Static cloud, so that's close enemy, so I have to be up and in hand to hand.
Yes, you have.
So that is not my forte. I think I will take the reflective shielding, actually.
Reflective shielding is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost took that one too.
One second.
I went with frag mines.
Nice. And here. Okay. Have you chosen then?
Yes.
Nice. So I am going to open a new scene. Hack. They changed the most insignificant thing on Hora de Roleo, but I was so used to the previous way to add new scenes that it always confuses me. Yes, create. So I am opening up a new scene. What happened here? There. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to draw a few stuff so that we can all be on the same page. Okay, so 105, 165 está bien. Luego, then we have. Okay, but this one is going to be in a slightly different color. Then we have. Okay, so essentially what I'm doing is drawing up the crater where Node's farm is. Where Node's farm is, which is about 100 meters wide, which is, I should know this by now, meters to feet, which is 330 foot roughly. Over here we have the farm itself, and you were stationed for the first night all the way over here. Ah! No, I didn't want that to... No! Ah! You were stationed all the way over here during the first night. Well, that's good enough. On the first night that you reach this... that you reach Q. Of course, the collective will be coming over here. I'm going to draw a small circle so that it's clear because it's to the northwest, or at least that's what you are expecting. And essentially that will be pretty much it. Everything, there's the crater in the center, and all the way around is mostly empty space that Node uses to move around the farm, and beyond this perimeter, it will be the jungle, basically. So, give me 1 second. Round tokens. Whee.
Ooh.
Aha.
There we go. Okay, so essentially we have over here. I should have seen the names better because I forgot the names are not shown when. Ba-ba-bum. Round tokens. So, Vanguard, Dismantler, Colossus, Bomber, Auxiliary, Titan. We have a Titan in our team. We have a Brawler in our team. And we have Jump Pod. We have 2 Strikers in our team. So, if you want to establish anything else for your positioning before the battle, something like that, it's a very good moment to establish it. Of course, most of your team is with you at this moment, so your retainer die will be available to you. Remember that you can add that as damage. And I don't think I'm missing anything, but
What did Node do with that explosive ammo we gave him?
I'm pretty sure he has it at hand because you gave it to him about 24 hours ago.
Great. Does he have what's the disposition of his defenses here?
It's the green hex. That will be his little cabin with this massive cannon on top.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Viper Harmony. We have Prophet Zero. We have Viper Heavy. Where went Pipe? What did I do to Viper Heavy? Have Viper Heavy, and over here we have, I forgot the name of Matthews. Siege Dangerous.
I'm sorry, tell me again what the X on the map is.
Oh, yes, that was the position where you were stationed during the first night, since No didn't want you to be close to him. So
There.
please feel free to position yourselves wherever you want. And I'm going to drop some 8s, just in case. We have the swarm dice over here.
I think I'm hanging out in the jungle, just inside, like kind of off to the side of where they should be coming in.
Nice. Swarm dice, and we have our distance matrix over here. I'm going to put it here to the right, just as a reference.
And close would be the same hex?
Close will be the contiguous hex.
Okay.
And yeah. So, Pipali, Salta, you of course created this relationship with Node. He was meant to give you any information about the collective that he will, any new information on the collective that he could gather. Do you want to do something? Because clearly he sees you preparing for battle, and this was not precisely part of your agreement. So I think he probably sees you and making some repairs, making some installations, and goes to you and says, "So, Miss Nashali, would you mind telling me what's going on here?"
Yeah, we fired up the tower and talked to the Q. Was it Q or R? The one over there, R. And they just became immediately hostile and said they were going to advance on the position of the communications tower. So we are setting up to defend here.
Yes. if you don't mind me saying, I know of very few animals that attack without provocation.
I mean, you know the collective, right?
That I don't know. And sternly looks at you
I do. They will.
and brings out a pad and says, and I also happen to know that my that the that the numbers that we agreed on depended on these crops to be sold to your group. So
we'll make sure they are taken care of.
Mhm.
why don't you roll presents for me, please?
Why don't I? Let's see. Yeah. Good thing it went up by 1 this time, because otherwise.
Just looks at you and says, do let me know if you need anything. And I think he's trying to have some plausible deniability when he says, and I haven't had any opportunity to move into storage the ammunition that you gave me last time, and points to over here in the red. I'm going to put it in red. Those will be the explosive ammunition. As he's going back into position, and I'm sure in a few minutes you will be hearing all of these movements from his armaments, he turns to you, Salim, and says, Commander, just don't make a mess out of my farm. This is... I'm sure you understand this is quite a few years of investment for me. He says to you, Salim.
We will do our best. I'll order my people up, move out of this area as best we can, so we're not fighting here on your grounds. It might put us at a disadvantage, but we made a promise to you, so we'll do that. And I'll give the signal for folks to move out of the secure positions up towards the jungle line, away from his farm.
Okay. He says, you know, I do wish I had this discipline back when I was a mercenary. You seem to be able to run a tight boat, Commander.
I will turn. I will say, what was the bear's name again?
Char.
Char. I'll say you and Char should get out of here. I've instructed everyone that if we are captured, that we took this area by force from you, and that you took off. All right,
Commander, he's got big guns.
Well, we were sneaky about it. Let's both play it as believable as we can.
Nice. I love that. So, sure. Salta, would you like to do anything else before battle?
Oh, let's see here. Can I plant a couple mines? Oh, it could be a waste. Could be a waste.
You can, but yeah, it could go to waste.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how you do deploy them once they're there. But yes, yep, I will just do that. So essentially, I'm positioned. As soon as I get a sense of where they're coming in from, I will move towards that spot. But at this point, I'm kind of taking the half and half with my sister.
Okay. Okay, so let me just make a couple of rolls. That's 1, 2, that's 3, okay. And okay. Yeah. By the time you spoke to Madonna, it was a little bit before midnight, as I remember, because it took you essentially all day to go from the encampment back to here. And as we had established, the travel time between points is around 6 hours. So it's a good thing that you run a tight ship, Commander. Because it's 3 a.m. when you hear, when you start hearing this buzzing coming from the northeast, from the position that you were expecting.
Ooh.
And then it clicks to you. Captain Kyriakos had told you that it will be a good idea to capture some transports if you were able to. And whoever is coming from the northeast, for sure, is moving in some kind of transport.
Good.
So, from the distance, you see... Give me 1 second. You see 4 helicopters. You see 4 helicopters. Yes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you see 4 helicopters. And you hear the buzzing of... I think this will be familiar to you Pipali. From a hovercraft. Just hovering right above the vegetation. It's not the kind of ship that can reach very high altitude. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of experimental technology, but it's been developed by the collective. There was something else I wanted to mention. For helicopters. Oh yeah, that's I know what was it, but I'm going to mention it as we start combat because I don't know why I don't have it. I didn't have it written down. Okay, so I'm just going to do one final roll for distance. I would have preferred this number to be smaller, but I rolled what I rolled. So, and it makes sense. It totally makes sense. Okay, this group basically drops several units into the jungle away from you. Probably because they 100% know that Node is very heavily armored. And they aren't risking their transports to be shut down by his weapons. So either Viper Heavy or Viper Harmony, who are closest to the jungle, please roll systems for me.
I can roll that.
Go ahead.
Okay. I say that, but then I have to like get to the right screen. So okay, here it goes. D20 coming at you.
Yeah, to be clear, like
It's a 19. Like, again, I roll the worst possible. In fact, the only fail state that I can possibly roll.
I'm like in the jungle, like in the canopy, so
yeah, exactly.
Someone coming above should not be able
so bad.
Okay, so I think
great time.
I think you saw 4 transports and you assume that 4 units are dropped, but that's not a guarantee. You know for a fact that the collective is able to carry two units per transport, so you don't have much more information than that.
No, even with my targeting array, I'm not getting much through the jungle. So I'm like, oh, they dropped some. Average number? Question mark.
What do you want to do then?
8 tops then?
So they're coming from the north?
The northwest. I was just dropping some tokens.
Oh, okay.
Northeast.
So
Northeast, yes, sorry.
And we would have moved a little ways out to the jungle line, as I said.
yeah.
Nice.
So we will. Yeah, and I'll kind of move just to kind of central to essentially kind of be one of the first things they cite.
Yeah. We can leave siege dangerous in case they try to flank or in case they try to break through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. Give me 1 second. Because I'm writing a thing down. And have a nice. Okay, so if you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. That's more times to be counting up to 5.
I'm counting distance. I'm not counting units. Yeah, I want to reassure you that I'm counting distance. I'm not counting units. But yeah. Okay, so you're in the jungle. Roll mobility for me. I think we're going to, if there's nothing else, we're going to drop straight into combat then.
Okay.
Everyone. No, absolutely not.
Wait, what's my mobility? Real quick. 15. I can do this in theory. In theory, it's doable.
I made it.
Oh, I made it by a lot. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 19.
Prophet Zero, Viper Heavy, and Viper Harmony are acting before the enemies. And Prophet Zero, Viper Heavy are acting before the enemies, and Viper Harmony is acting after the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So, Prophet Zero, you roughly know their position. You know you are moving ahead of them. Mechanically, you will notice them when you are 1 hex away from them, since they are in the jungle. Do you want to move closer to them? Do you want to just stay where you are?
I will move, and I can move 1 hex.
You can move 1 hex because this is difficult terrain. Normally, you will be able to move 2.
So I'm going to move up, and since I'm trying to also kind of close the distance to Viper Harmony there, to allow. Actually, I can move like that. That's a move action. And let's see. I think that's it. Like I do a move and hold position, keep my team with me close by for the swarm die, and we're trying to get sighting.
Sure. Heavy, what do you want to do?
Targeting array. I want to find out where these guys are.
Nice.
So I just got to roll my awesome system, which is an excellent roll, but yet impossible for me. No, I succeeded. I rolled a 12, well below my 18 score.
Nice.
Okay, so I have the targeting array, which means I sight at least one of them. Yes.
That you will have advantage on your next attack against an enemy.
Okay, awesome. Can I see them? I mean, can I see where they are essentially?
If you roll systems again, I think you will be able to scan. But we can use that roll if you want for you to try to find them, but you wouldn't activate your targeting array at that moment.
Oh, okay.
What do you prefer?
Yeah, then I will use a scan, which I think is like another use move. So I have to roll my reactor. Is that right?
No, your...
Do use?
Yeah, that's a use action. Yeah, activating a model I don't think is a use action per se. Give me 1 second, just...
Okay.
Your turn.
Targeting array says it's a use action.
Oh, yeah, you will have to use your...
Okay, my reactor.
If I do battle tactics...
Oh, yeah, go ahead if you want to do that.
I'll use action to let you do that without doubling up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And you'll still be able to move if you want.
Oh, then I would like to move. But so I do the scan so I can at least see one of them.
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just measuring distance.
Every time you do that.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, you do notice, and I think it's the clearest one for you to notice, because covering just right above the canopy of the trees, you see this hovercraft as low as it can go.
Okay. So I will move towards it, and since I'm moving into the jungle, I can only move one?
Yes, into the jungle, yes.
Okay. There you are. So I have made a move towards them. They should be scared of me now.
3, 4,
okay, but I do have an advantage on them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, sorry, I mistook you for Harmony. You see all of them.
Oh, woo! That's horrible. Okay. I will read off their coordinates according to my scan, so that no one else has to scan.
Yes.
You can punch those in.
Just as I don't think we have gone through all of the swarm rules for your allied swarms. They are to the left of this little map. Just letting you know that one of the actions that you can take with swarms is one additional action without rolling your reactor die, but rolling your swarm die, rolling your retainer die.
Yeah, retainer, calling them swarms like the worms. That's terrible.
So just letting you know.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I think that will be your actions. Are we all right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So, who is gonna act
did Viper
first?
have me go?
Sorry?
Is Viper? Oh, Viper Harmonies
goes after them. Okay, so for starters, you see. Give me 1 second. I just want to. Yes. You see this Prophet Zero. Between the jungle, you see this red and green with racing stripes going all the way around the tactical armor suit. A tactical go right after you. It moves through the jungle quickly, more faster than you are able to. And you hear this sort of junk voice come into your radio missions. Go into your radio, and the pilot says, "You really shouldn't have talked to Madonna like that. And please roll. And please roll. Where's my here? Roll mobility for me." Okay. As you see these two rifles go light up in the jungle.
I am so glad my mobility went up. I've now rolled twice, just under 2 14s in a row, and my mobility went to a 15. So I am very happy I made that roll.
Okay. When you're far, okay, yeah. Moves closer to you, opens fire. And that's their action since they moved. This is a swarm. I think what they are going to do, since they are in the jungle, they are going to try to hide. Since you were the one to find them, Heavy, please roll systems again for me.
Okay. So that's 20. Roll. I make it handily with a 9.
Okay.
Nice.
You keep track of them, and they try to hide, but they just move closer, straight ahead onto you.
Okay.
And the hovercraft is a hovercraft, so it's going to move. It basically can move more freely. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
And so the hovercraft is our transport that we would like to essentially get a hold of, correct?
That you could probably try to get a hold of, yes.
Okay. All right.
1,
All right.
2, 3, 3 or 3. I think 3 is good. Yes. Okay, so close or near. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now it's going to use its full movement. Okay, so please, Viper Harmony, Viper Heavy, roll mobility for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see here. I make it
Yeah,
handily
critical.
with 7. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, nice. Basically, there's this barrage against the both of you. And as you can see, I have the hit die written down for each one of these. This is a hit die for creature, which normally will add +1 to your rolls, but I think you both rolled well below your mobility, so it doesn't affect you. But yeah, it moves and opens fire to both of you. Harmony, what do you want to do?
What is it opening fire with?
It's opening fire with chain gun ballistics, essentially.
All right. Great. Cool. I think I will then do. This is right up on me. Yeah. I'll do some machine gun. Just hit it from where I'm at.
Sure.
And it's a -1 because of the HD4.
It's sorry.
Is it a -1?
It's a +1 since you are trying to roll.
+1, yeah. Other way. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going for a 17. Yeah, a 4 will do it.
A 4 will certainly do it. Yes.
And I think I'm going to reduce my armor to roll an additional damage die on it.
Okay.
Let's go big. I think that's probably like standing firm in the barrage of machine gun fire, chain gun fire, to take my shots and peels off a little bit of armor for me. So that's going to be 2d8. 3 big points.
Ouch.
The jungle's rough.
Let me roll their hit points, because I only roll hit points whenever they are needed. Okay.
And then as a move action, I'm going to use my charging strike. Move to a near enemy and make a melee attack against him. Melee attack against him.
You certainly can do that. However, this enemy is hovering above you. So if you can sort of describe what are you going to do?
Jab the like run into the run towards it and kind of like jump and like take a swing at it with the laser axe.
Nice,
underneath.
For sure.
Cool. So that's going to be another attack. Which will be one of these. And that is a 4.
That is a 4. Nice.
Let me roll that damage. That's my 8. There we go.
Nice. Nice.
I think that's me.
Let me make a note of that. Because, yeah,
And I
that
can't
was
be in the same square as him, right?
Sorry?
I cannot be in the same square as him, right?
Yeah, you cannot be on the same square. But yeah, sure. You 100% do it. And Zero Heavy, you are hearing the radio, all of this motion to your left. What do you want to do?
I look to see what's attacking my sister. Is it still up?
It's still up. Yes.
For a moment.
It's still up, and I think you are probably able to see through the foliage because it's not too far away from you. That Harmony basically is hanging from this hovercraft for just a second before falling down. She was like hanging from it.
I kind of go, well.
Oh, I need to roll my reactor die as well.
I can see if I can finish it off then, I think.
Yeah.
So I've got my advantage.
You do have your advantage, yes.
Yeah. So I think that I will take an attack at it. I do not know. Let's see here. So it's just a ranged weapon, right? So submachine gun or whatever. It doesn't do it, right?
Yes. You have a submachine gun, which is light, so yeah.
Okay. So here we go. And it has a D8. So, well, first I have to roll the thing. I have advantage, so I get to roll twice if it goes terribly wrong.
Yes.
If you take it out, I'll bring the coffee pot to you.
I got a 10, and I'll roll and see if I can get a crit on the other one. A 4. That's not exactly a crit, but not bad. And so I'm rolling my D8.
Sorry, what did you roll first? Sure.
First I rolled a 10.
So yes.
And then I rolled a 4.
Yes, that will be an 11, and you still hit it, yes.
Yes. And so then I'm going to roll my hit die, which is a D8. I can do it. That's a 7.
There we go.
Nice. Okay. Let me add some stuff. Okay. Yeah. You do this barrage of ammunition, and essentially you see it lose height. You haven't destroyed it, but you are sure that you are close to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're sure you're close to do it.
Continue fire. Take a second shot.
Yes, sir.
Use action.
Could you give it to me? Because I have a better chance of hitting.
You are not close enough right now.
Not close enough? All right.
I have to be within 2 hexes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I can do Viper Heavy.
Okay.
So I'll spend my use action on Viper Heavy. Say, continue fire, down it.
All right, sir. I rolled an 8.
Nice.
Which means with a 9, I can do it.
Nice.
All right. And then a D8. An amazing 1 point.
With 1 point, you do it.
True.
Nice.
With one final point, you do it. You see the hovercraft land on the ground, and let me. Okay. You roll for something. You see it land on the ground. It's basically disabled, but you see its big cannon sort of turn onto you.
Oh no!
Did you took your second action, Heavy?
No, I've not. Or no, you Heavy, go.
I haven't. Yeah. Let's see here. I think.
Because otherwise we can consider that your second action if you want, but you will have to roll your reactor die. We can iron it out, and I'm just asking.
So he was giving me a command?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
do your targeting again.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Or I could move. Actually, maybe I'll move. Or I can make a react. Okay, I'm going to make a move. That's what I'm going to do. All right?
Sure.
So I want to drop those frag mines at some point. So
Nice. Nice.
Can I say over the radio? There's no need to get fatal. This is just a peacock fight, right?
Roll a presence for me, please.
Oh no, I made a terrible mistake. Okay. Let's see here. Oh my god, I rolled a 1.
A crit? Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah, you no need to get fatal. It's just a peacock fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen. You hear a laughter coming to the radio. Prophet Zero, I think you still have one action. As I was saying, we can iron it out, so you have an action, a further action. What do you want to do? Just as a note, since you didn't activate your targeting array, I think this one will become hidden to you.
I'm going to take my, as I did use action, so I'm going to take my attack action and I'm going to target HD3.
Sure.
Okay, power is 12. Let's roll.
I'm going to call it Roadster because it makes sense to me. You roll a miss. Okay.
Goes wide.
Yeah, I think the foliage is too thick between the two of you, and that's why you weren't able to shoot at each other. And it's the enemy's turn, so Viper Heavy essentially taunts them. You hear this laughter, and I think part of the reason that you missed Zero is that you see this red tactical armor with racing stripes run towards Heavy. It uses both of its actions doing that. You are within one space of it. So yeah, you are still able to see them. Just give me 1 second to verify something else. I hadn't read this about this unit.
Oh no.
Yes, it doesn't apply at this moment, but yes, I hadn't read this about this unit. Okay, yeah, it's going to stay there, and this one is going to essentially appear in front of you, Prophet Zero. This is a swarm. You see several units coming to your view. They don't attack you yet, but yeah, basically you see all of these smaller, certainly more fragile units coming to view, all moving at once in front of you. And the tank is still to attack. Give me 1 second, because it's down, but it's not been yet destroyed. Please roll harmony power for me.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. all good.
Nice. Okay. Essentially, you see this harpoon come out of the tank. You dodge it right on time, but I don't think after seeing how much damage you can deal, they want to let you move freely. So that's one. And Heavy, please roll mobility for... No, sorry, that's 2 targets. Both Harmony and Heavy roll mobility for me.
Okay. Let's see here. That's 15.
Mobility 14. Nope.
Sorry. And... Oh, no. Not at all. Dang.
Okay, so that's for Harmony. That's 2 damage, not a lot.
Yeah, easy.
And amazingly 2 damage as well for Heavy.
Okay. All right.
And Harmony, it's your turn.
Yeah. So when I do the charging strike, can I move to anywhere near it? Like, could I use the charging strike to like move to the other side of that target?
Let's say yes. Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna do a charging strike. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the grapples that were shot at me.
Yes.
And use them to kind of like vault over it and like do the same thing I did to the bottom of it with my axe. I'm gonna do to the top of it.
Nice,
with my axe.
nice.
In theory. 15 will not. No, 15 will do it. Yes, absolutely.
And roll your damage.
And damage the D8. 8 points of damage.
Nice.
We did have to get fatal.
It's going to take a lot of fixing.
Nice. I'm letting you know. Before you were attacking on its thick plating, you disabled its thick plating, so right now your whole damage is coming through complete.
Is it disabled yet?
No, but next attack it for sure will fall.
I will just I'll just shoot it. As like I've like peeled it open and just like fire,
like a can opener or something.
Yeah. Cool. So that would be what it is. A 19. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
19, and you don't.
My submachine gun got tangled up in the like my axe was free, but my machine gun got like jammed up in the harpoons. So I was, oh no.
Also, technically, since you are at close range, you will roll that with disadvantage. So, yeah, it makes sense.
For that submachine gun.
For the submachine gun, yeah. Zero, Heavy, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The swarm die, is that just something we have casually for the rest of our followers team, or is that something that's happening with them? Like how are we handling our unit that we have with us?
Yeah, that's the retainer die. I'm calling it retainer die because it doesn't make sense to me that it's swarm die for the enemies and swarm die for you and swarm die for you. But yeah, those are the full rules for you. So remember that you
keep
can
that in mind, Viper Harmony, that we have that swarm die. The rules are off to the left-hand side about how that works for us.
Yeah.
The allied swarms.
So you could do another move or whatever.
Oh, so I could do another.
You can do another move, or you can add your swarm die, your retainer die, to your
damage.
To your damage.
Can I retroactively add that swarm die to the melee hit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. And where's our swarm die? Where's our my retainer die?
You have a D6 right now.
Great. Let's go ahead and see if that does any good. Oh, that's a 5.
You 100% destroyed. Please describe to me the unit that's supporting you in this attack.
Yeah. Are these other fencing suits, or are they other ground units?
They are other ground units, other fencing suits, some of your
Yeah.
retainers that you have established. If you want to establish another one, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what it looks like as I've peeled it open, and just kind of like right here, shoot in the hole that I made, and have oh, do I have a named person? I don't have any wrote down. Someone comes up in a suit and just fires into the hole that I.
No, you have to make a name up for the retainer that does this.
That is Jacko, Jakko.
Jakko. Sure. How are you imagining Jacko?
I think Jacko is kind of looks up to me and like maybe tends to follow me around a little bit, despite it not being tactically advantageous. It happened to work out in this point, but who knows?
Usually.
Maybe a little bit too like tries to imitate my going into it head firstishness without the experience to back it up.
Nice. Yeah, I think because it makes sense since you are all restricted by the space, that this is sort of a sniper unit or something like that shoots from afar. And yes. I think more than once you have received a shot that wasn't meant for you from Jacko. So that's Harmony's turn, and with that is the end of the round. We started a bit late, so I went over for a few minutes. But do you want to take 10 minutes and we come back to finish the combat?
Sure.
Nice. So see you at the top of the hour.
Thank you, Ted.
Recording main. There we go. Prophet Zero, Viper Heavy. This hovering tank has just been brought down. The rest of their group is changing their strategy a bit. What do you want to do?
I want to move between the Roadster and the Swarm.
Okay.
And I want to activate my Quake generator.
Yeah.
Nice.
Essentially, pick up whatever I have as like the sort of I imagine like a kind of a weapon staff off the back, and charge it up, and then I bring it down, and there's that kind of crackling of the field. So we'll see if it works. I roll my presence, which is a 14. So let's see how we do here. Yes.
Nice.
So that is an 8 plus 1 would be a 9. So they will each take a D6 damage.
D6 damage.
So I will roll for each of them. So let's roll for the Roadster first. The Roadster will take 4.
It takes 4 damage. Yep.
And then let me check one thing here.
Since
and then I roll for the Swarm will take 6 points.
Do the damage, and I roll the Swarm die. Okay. Yeah. You do push them back, but the damage to them is essentially negligible.
Okay.
At that point. And
so
you push
back,
them.
So they get pushed back one square, I believe.
Yep.
That should throw the Roadster off a little bit. So that was move and attack. So I am done.
Okay. Heavy, it's your turn.
Let's see here. So I assume targeting array.
Okay.
So let's see, to do that, I just want to make sure I test my system. So that's my kind of good one, 18, but I can mess this up. So let's see here. 15. So even if they have advantage, I probably beat them.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got them on targeting array, and they're like a fast mover, right?
They seem like a fast mover, yes.
Yeah. So I think I will move. Take this other move to like move towards them, just so that they can't outmaneuver me as easily during this next thing while I'm waiting for my turn to come back around.
Just as a note, you have to, not always, but to be clear, to finish within the hex.
Oh, am I not? I'm sorry.
No, that's right, Sherry.
So I was there, right?
Yep.
So then I go there. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was. Sorry, I apologize.
It's
This
no
is
problem.
me just not squinting at the.
I can make them a bit more opaque if that helps.
No, that's me not zooming in as much as I should have. That was all.
Okay.
Thought I got it. I was off.
And you still you activated and you moved. Okay, so those are your 2 actions. Remember that you can take an additional action if you roll your retainer die, if you would like to.
Oh. Okay. I could do that and just give them a little punch. Just a little punch with my thing. So yeah, okay, let's do that. So here we go. Roll my reactor or my retainer die, which is a D6.
Yes.
I would like to roll well because I don't like to think of them having a bad day because of me. 5. So everything's okay.
I love that.
And then to hit, I roll my power.
You rolled your power, yes.
Okay, that's not my best roll, but I can do it. Let's do 20. No, too high.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you rolling with advantage because of the scan?
Oh yeah, that's right. Here, thank you. This might help. Oh no. Oh yes, no. A 20.
Because you can roll again.
Oh,
How many dice do I have to roll?
I think that's just
There we go.
Nice. Roll your damage, please.
Okay. Oh boy. 5 points. Just an opening salvo. A little hello.
5 damage.
Clap
All
on-
right.
Yeah.
So the voice comes again into range, into your radio, and you hear that this person cannot be much older than you. He says to you, so let's fight. And essentially, you see all of these racing lines that are painting through their chassis, through their tactical armor, light up in green neon. It's a little bit tacky. It's really, really cool in a different sense.
Mm-hmm.
You see that there's also all of these details, sort of racing car details all around the chassis, and this unit can move and make 2 attacks. So
All right. So here's a question. Do I recognize the race car? Like, I was here not that long ago. If this is like some famous sort of race setup, that was known to the collective, I might know it. And I just want to go, oh, fan of whoever it is, if it's a particular thing that he's doing,
I'm
fan of Andretti. I don't know, whatever the name is.
I'm thinking if this person will be a fan of modern or older cars, and I'm pretty sure modern.
Hmm.
I'm going to roll a d6. Give me 1 second just to see if you will recognize it. Because no, you don't. I have a good reason why you don't, but I'm going to let you know in a second, depending on how things go. So you see them bring out a beam sword from one hand, their rifle from the other, and Harmony, please roll mobility for me.
Harmony or
Harmony?
Heavy?
Yeah, Harmony. They are attacking at range with one hand.
Nope. Just barely.
You take 3 damage. And Heavy, they go for the staff towards you. Please roll mobility for me.
Okay. Mobility 15. All right. Oops, it's going to roll 2. We'll ignore it. I apologize. Oh, 20, so I get to
But you can roll it again.
Okay, let's do that. Another 20. I got superpowers. 4.
There we go.
No. However, adaptable is when you roll a 20 on a test, you can choose to re-roll the die, but you must use the new roll, so it will be a critical failure.
Yes, I got a 20. Okay, so I did very badly. All right.
So sorry, Sherry, but I'm going to roll.
It sounded great, but they're like, there's probably I could only use it once or something. That's why I was flipping back to it. So
we're going to roll 2 die for that. That's 9 total damage that you will take.
Whoa! Okay.
Because it's a critical failure.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I will take a. Let's see here, 9. That puts me to 10.
So they are near you. They have a gun to your sister. They have just stabbed you. And I think you feel the heat from their beam sword in your cockpit. And they say, how about that precision, hey? And kick you back. And they are playing with you. You taunt them to play with you, so they are playing with you a lethal game, but they are playing with you.
A lethal game? It's going to start talking to them. So At what point will one of these people mention Lassiter? So.
Yeah. If you want to mention Jack Lasseter at that point, it will. You can do it.
Okay, and I'll go. I thought you were friends of Lassiter.
Let me roll quickly, and let me check on something. That makes so much sense for this person. You mentioned Jack's name, and they say, "Yeah, sure, I'm friends with I'm friends with Jack. How do you know them?" And basically turn their rifle towards you, and they are 100% playing.
Okay. All right.
They ask you, how do you know them?
And I say, oh, we just met him recently. We're helping out.
I'm not going to ask you to roll for this. This is just sort of for flavor. I think they will shoot just past the head of your unit, of your fencing suit. And he says, yeah, you should have dropped your name to Madonna. I'm sure she will have understood you. and he's shooting at you again. And the swarm is going to move towards you again, Prophet Zero. And but yeah, you for sure build up rapport with them,
Okay.
Salta.
All right, sounds good.
And it's a shame that it can only move one that this unit can only move one hex. Because otherwise it will have been very, very fun. You take, please roll mobility for me, Prophet Zero.
Oof. He does not.
When the enemy deals damage, the GM can choose to roll the swarm die to add to the result. Yes, I'm going to do that. So, you take... It's less damage than I thought, but you are going to take 6 points of damage. You see all these smaller units essentially trying to surround you, some of them attacking from afar. And you see a bigger, let's say, commanding unit. It's the one who is attacking you at melee range with their brim swords. And you hear on your radio, they say, since you are rapport with this person, I'm going to tell you a name. They say, Commander Calder, please focus. We were given a mission.
So some of them are firing at me at range?
Yes, we don't have them on the map because they are part of the swarm. It's more for...
Then I am going to invoke reflective shielding.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay. So they will take 6 points of damage back.
Let me roll for their... Yes, it works because their swarm die downgrades to a D4.
And my reactor die remains the same.
Nice. Describe it to me, please. From the trees way over here, you are taking some fire. How does your reflective shield look?
I think essentially it is that I activate like the refractive layer that's on the surface of that, and it'll kind of power up, and their beam weapons doesn't go right back at them, but they've got their friends in close combat, doing the melee. So I think it hits that and then splatters onto them, their own fire, and that's what
nice. So that's their swarm and harmony. Then it's your turn.
Yeah, back off my sister, dick.
Heavy's taking some damage, to be honest.
A little bit.
Cool. It's gonna be the machine gun straight to that roadster's face.
Nice.
Then hopefully, yeah, critical.
Because you're over. That's
Yep.
Isn't that for melee? Just no. Okay. Yeah. No, it's for
all the stuff.
Sure.
Cool. If I use the reckless attack, does that double as well?
Yes. Last time I had this situation, that's what I rolled.
Okay. I will do that then. Let's roll 2d8 for damage again.
You can double the damage rolled.
20 points of damage.
That's 20 points of damage. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 second.
Wow.
That's 20 here. Let me make a quick note. Because that's... And that's... So, that's... Yeah, that will do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like hitting it right into its head, just knocking its head all the way off.
You immediately knock the unit. It's 100% disabled.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I didn't get that. Was it? No? Okay.
I think you see the chest of the unit open up. And you do not clearly see this person. They light up a flare onto the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And on your radio. You hear... Yeah, you hear Harmony. Well, everybody hears it, but you hear, hey, this was between the lady and I. And she says, so you're like her chaperone or something?
Great. I'm going to do a charging strike. And stab him right through the open cockpit.
I'm going to roll just to roll a d6 to see if...
Oh no!
Calder will love
I'll
this.
use my shield.
Calder will love this.
I will use my shield.
Okay.
I literally will put my shield between her strike and him. So, if that makes any sense.
I'm her sister.
Yeah. If you want to do that, you 100% can't. I think you stop Harmony just a few centimeters away from the cockpit.
And I say, is she scary?
I will broadcast out at this moment. I will broadcast out. We didn't fucking start this. Pull your people back.
Roll a presence for me. I think with advantage, roll a presence with me. For me, okay. Please.
Ooh, yeah.
A 1.
Nice. Harmony, you are close enough to see this person clearly. They take off their helmet. They are in full collective suit. But they again have painted over it in red and white to look like some sort of racing suit. They take it off. They say, give me just 1 second to verify this. Yeah. They say, Michigan, they have us overwhelmed. Would you mind if we pull back, please? And you don't hear anything else coming to your radio, but the swarm carefully starts backing up into the...
Weapons go into standby position. I don't fire, and I give the orders. Everybody chill down.
Is the roadster's sword like attached to the arm? Is it like a laser sword?
It's a laser sword, but that is a good question because I'm sure I have something like that established.
I would like to either grab the sword or chop his arm off.
You can chop the arm off if you want.
I
Yeah,
think that's fair. That mech's done. They're not getting that mech out of here.
Yeah.
So,
are we taking Roadster Bro prisoner?
His name's Jun. And I'll sort of go, we don't really need to. He's gonna have to walk back, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of kaiju out there.
I will broadcast out, Jun. Put down your sidearm. Chill. We'll have a conversation, and then we'll get you back. But your people need to pull back, and I want to be done with this.
He says to you, "Oh, you sound like a commander. Are you in charge of this operation, sir?"
I'm the commander of this unit.
He says, let's say I put down my weapons, but again,
I guarantee your safety. You have my word as bond that we will do nothing to you.
Sort of taunting you, he says. And I appreciate that, but I'm not sure I can guarantee your safety once Miss June hears you mistook me for her.
That was me.
And basically he climbs down of the armor, looks at you heavy, and he says, leaning onto the armor, he says, so what are you doing after we what are you doing after repairs?
I think she gets out of her thing and she's like, I think last thing on the list is all that neon.
I didn't catch you.
I said, oh, last thing on the list for repairs is all that neon. So
he says, oh, you did notice then.
Yeah, stealth unit, you are not.
Go ahead, Harmony.
Are the other units pulling back?
Yeah, they are pulling back.
Oh well.
So you're Calder then.
Yeah, he says his name is Calder, and you hear onto your radios, Madonna's voice again, and she says, okay, so you can take a punch.
We gave a couple punches.
and says, I'm told you know Jack, she says.
Do we know Jack?
Lassiter,
yeah.
Right?
Lassiter, yeah.
That's you two,
not
me.
We didn't.
I need you to answer. I don't know
Okay.
Lassiter.
And then we go, yeah. And say we met him. And she goes, we met him? And it's like, she gets a little cagey, like, do you know Jack? Has he mentioned you? Are you really, you get that kind of thing of like, you're going to have to give me a little bit more. I mean, and she goes, he said your name.
Says, yeah, her question is once again for you to identify yourselves, but she's much more open to hear you. She says, so So you are not with the collective.
That's what we said before.
We are not.
Who are you with?
I don't know you're in any position to ask us questions right now.
Says,
And if the commander wants to stop me from talking shit at any time.
I will say Viper Harmony. Maybe a little more polite.
You probably want to talk to Heavy then. Like, I glare at Heavy.
I say, get your folks back. We're going to clean up our mess here. We're going to make sure that we didn't damage this farm. And we're going to check on our people. And then we'll have a conversation again. Does that seem reasonable?
She says, sounds reasonable enough for me.
We have your person, and I can't remember what their name.
Calder.
We have Calder. I've given them my guarantee of their safety. We will get them back to you.
I think this is an open channel, and you hear Calder's voice go. Yeah, they got me. They got me, Madonna. Sorry about that. And you just hear a heavy sigh.
I say, to be fair, he got in between two sisters, so wasn't a good place to be.
You just hear her say, this is what I don't like to recruit children, she says. Commander, go into repairs. I will appreciate if you allow us to do the same. And if you don't mind, I would like to send what's the word? I want to say a committee, but I know that's not the word.
Representative?
A representative, yeah.
That
in the morning.
Seems fair. That seems fair. Let's plan on that for tomorrow. It's pretty late right now, so it's 3:30 a.m. I know your people want to have some rest, and our people want to have some rest. So let's talk tomorrow afternoon.
She says, appreciate that, Commander. And locks off.
Closed channel now, just our people. Okay, we got to figure out how the F we're going to approach these people to be able to get in and what we want to do with them. I want us to talk to Calder and see if we can get a better picture of what's going on in their encampment, because this is weird. So let's do that.
They must have kicked the collective out, right?
No, they don't seem to like him very much.
Yeah. Something is going on. We also want to see if Calder knows who attacked. Like, we don't have very good info on that ship that attacked them.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get them Viper Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to be charming and delightful to them. They're going to be a smartass. They're going to be smug. That is purely them trying to defend their masculinity. Okay.
I mean, if I just remove it, they won't have any.
I say, just remember, every time they're a smartass, it is them desperately trying to survive and reduce their embarrassment when they go back to base and have to tell this story. So.
Do everything I can to embarrass them. Got it.
Not sure I would have read it that way, but I'm going to let go with that. I love it.
I love it as well. Yeah. So I think we're going to move ahead into repairs. Basically, regain your hit points, regain your armor points.
Okay.
Nice.
The representatives that they are going to send will probably be here around midday, just for the sake of you gathering enough information or something like that. I don't see much point for them to arrive earlier than you are able to collect yourselves.
Oh, and we salvaged that transport, right?
Uh,
Yeah, because it was downed, right?
it was
Yeah.
downed, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
you
repair it.
probably can. You not today, but you probably can make some repairs on that. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Let me roll just to make sure.
Pick up 1/2 out of each arm.
Yeah, the frame is pretty damaged, but the engines are still working. So you should be able to do something
A
with
certain
them.
amount of welding, and we'll be back in business.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to do then?
Oh, well, I want to help fix this ridiculous Calder setup that he's got. I'm like,
I will say, when you go to do that, I will say Viper Heavy, downloaded sensor logs
Mm.
and all of
okay.
the telemetry data from it when you go to fix it. Okay.
Sure.
Nice. Let's say you drag in the middle of the early morning the tactical armor out. Do you see that it's actually standard tactical armor, collective tactical armor that's just been painted over. In case you are with Calder, he seems much more, I want to say, shy. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but shy. And he's probably a year younger than you, so we established you as being 19. He probably just turned 18. And he
Oh, so not only is he only 18, like Karam is in my retainer group, and he's like the picture of sophistication. Oh boy, I'd be shy too. I kind of feel sorry for him. So,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to be doing my best to avoid both him and Celta as we do repairs and whatnot.
First of all, just to go through what Selim says, please roll systems for me. You literally have just one condition, a 5% chance of ever failing. Systems.
I know.
That's amazing.
And yet I have failed it twice today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nope, this time I succeed.
Nice. Let's say you are able to download some telemetry. We will go through that in a second. So this kid is close to you and he's like, so you are a mechanic as well then?
Yes, I am. And she sort of goes and she goes, wow, this is an interesting model you've been working with. I saw these around when I was a kid. She goes, they still got these, huh?
He says, yeah, I've had some work done onto it. Punches the chassis and is like, punch it too hard.
She pretends like she didn't see that, and she's like, because she's like looking at it, she goes, okay, like we really messed up the connection to the comms, and like she's just that, and she goes, and you almost took out the legs on mine, so how about an hour work on yours and then switch over to mine?
Yes.
Goes faster with 2.
I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. Trying to keep his cool.
Okay.
I can do that. I can help.
All right, and that's what it is. I boss him around when it's mine, and I let him tell me what to do when it's his mecha.
Nice. He has just one requirement above all, and he's very clear on it. He says, you wouldn't happen to have a painting, a painting. What's the word? A painting shop, a painting room with you, do you?
Oh, not with me, but we have all the supplies. We could, you know, pitch a tent, set it up.
He gets really excited and says, "I'm thinking blue this time."
Okay. Sure. I mean, it's a primary, so we got it for sure. Do you want aqua or do you want like navy?
Navy will be so cool.
Yeah, it'll be very dark.
Go ahead,
I
Salim.
want to pull Viper Harmony aside and say, go through the transport, see if there's anything you can find, leftovers, data, anything like that. Here's the thing that freaks me out. Like, that guy was running front point on this, and that's an 18-year-old on this. Something's going on. I mean, they against us, they didn't know what was going on. They should have been sending some people with some experience, some people with some skill out front, keeping that guy on leash, which says to me that they've got a weird setup of people. So
I mean, if he was in our outfit, I'd put him in front too.
There's a certain logic to that, but I think given what we've seen of that, I heard of that woman, I don't think she's that willing to toss people away. But I don't know. We'll find out. See what you can get from the transport.
The transport, do we want to
not give it back? I think yes. We're not giving
it back. Yeah, we're not giving it back. I was wondering if it's useful to us or we can trade it to Node for at least some goodwill.
Take a look and see. You make the judgment call on that.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to go and survey, make sure all of the retainers and everything are set while you're handling that.
Sure. Okay, so since we are going to go through data, we can establish at what moment this happens. But Salta, this tactical armor has seen some action for sure. You notice the telemetry is 100% custom to this pilot. It's their height, his height, his weight. It's not super custom, but you see all of these small changes over the past few months. It's seen a ton of action over the past few months. That's very clear to you because this suit was deployed just 2 months ago.
Wow.
And give me 1 second. And beyond that, the thing that you find most interesting, I think, is that you find telemetry for similar mecha to the one that you fought on the ruins.
Really? Like, so the one that we fought on underground there, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, this unit has fought
those?
Has fought those, yes.
Okay.
At least a couple times.
Okay. And I think it's the thing, it's like I'm kind of waiting outside while he's painting because you don't want to be in there. We don't have 2 masks. That's the problem. So I gotta wait, and I'm like, so I'm standing outside and I'm like, hey, if you run into those I don't know, suits that are like the alien ones?
Jumps down and says, aren't they the coolest?
They kind of are. Not friendly though, are they?
He says, no, you know? Takes off the mask, points with the painting gun and says, you know, I was there when they attacked. And
really?
And I'm going to cut to Pipali to sort of connect the two things. Pipali, you start trying to salvage what you can from the hover tank. Yes, you will be able to repair it. It mostly, however, has geographic information to the west of where you are. But, give me 1 second, because... No, exactly. Because you will be able to find something about... station Q in this yes, in this hover tank. Okay. You will find two things. First one is that this hover tank has been recently hacked. Hacked and overwritten. Essentially, that's... You gather that's part of the reason that you were able to bring it down, and it had this long cannon front and it never used it. You see that you are not able to access the firmware to the cannon. And essentially most of the collective's code has been overwritten or passed through or something like that. So it wasn't 100% functional when they attacked you. Second, now I think it's three things. Roll systems for me, please.
Crit.
Nice. Okay, yeah, sure. You used to be with the collective, so I think that's part of the reasons it makes sense to you. You find information about this kaiju weaponizing project, and you see that a pilot test was conducted to the south of Station Q in Kaiju City.
Cool.
This was an observation platform. This tank used to be an observation platform. Yes, you find that this was an observation platform. A test run was done in Kaiju City. And importantly, you find that the test was successful just 1 day before the bombardment of Station Q happened.
Cool.
Yes.
I'll make backups of all that data and then wipe the tank.
Okay, sure.
And I get that data to Prophet Zero.
And the final thing that you find, because it's three things, is you see that this tank was about a month ago in the dates that you have confirmed that the Hydra attack happened, that this tank was heavily damaged and on that day, but you are sure that this tank wasn't part of the attack on the encampment. So I'm saying to you as the audience, I'm not sure how the characters will interpolate this, but I'm sure they will be able, because it's anime. This tank was part of a rebellion attack in Station R, and it was disabled before it could deploy. I'm going to move on to Selim for one final thing before we close the session, and going to start some wishes. So, Selim, you are muted, Lowell.
basically, I'm just going to go around to everyone and check in and like give congrats on everything they did. Make sure everybody's in good shape. Essentially, I want to go around and personally check in with everybody and like thank everybody for being willing to hold position when I said so, and that and tell them the game plan is we're going to see if we can talk to these people and if we can come to an accommodation of some kind, because it doesn't seem like they are necessarily our enemies, but we will see about that. So stay frosty, but don't keep your hands on your guns is what I mean. That kind of thing. Just we're gonna play it cool, and I'll check in with everybody.
Okay. You check in with everybody. I don't think you passed the past couple of days moving from one place to the other, so I don't think there's many advancements on the projects that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But let me roll to just to see if by any chance. Sometimes you are the luckiest person I have met with these rolls.
Good.
Lol. Yeah. Let me just check on my rumors table. Yes, I think this makes sense for this information that Calder just gave to Salta. I think as you are checking on everyone, what's the name of the NPC I'm thinking about? No, Helena is not NPC. We had established an expert in signals. I cannot find her.
Oh yeah.
I forget what I didn't write her name down either.
That was Joanna. Joanna from that was Joanna. Yes. Joanna. Says, sir. Trying to catch your attention as hard as she can. She says, "Sir, you just had we just had a beryllium energy source not far from here."
Okay. See what we can do in terms of judging distance, time, all that. Keep eyes on that as much as possible. Okay.
When you come to her and she says this, you hear a loud boom followed by a shockwave, by this heavy wind just for a second. Everything starts trembling, and she says, today, sir, I think that's probably the signal. And as you know, today's will be point G. Point G is the canyon where you landed, and the beryllium signature is 100% related to these strange creatures that Salta was just talking about with Calder.
Get me that in as brief a blip as you can, and let's broadcast that to Madonna. Pass on that information to them.
Oh, I love that. I 100% love that. Yes. I think she complies. And with that, we are going to finish today's session. Nice. So, thank you so much. If you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead, like and subscribe. This was a game as part of the Open Heart Gaming Calendar. And see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.